Good morning and good evening to everyone. It's 9 a.m. September the 5th, 2024, Australian Eastern Standard Time, and 6 p.m. September 4, 2024, Central Daylight Time in the US. And according with the notice of meeting, I call to order this special meeting of stockholders of Keypath Education International Incorporated. My name is Diana Eilert, and I'm the chair of the board of Keypath Education, and I extend my warmest welcome to all of you to Keypath's special meeting of stockholders. I start by honouring the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I extend that respect to all First Nations peoples of the lands where we live, learn and work. I would like to introduce you now to Eric Israel, a Company Secretary and General Counsel, who will serve as Secretary of the meeting and will record the proceedings. In accordance with our bylaws, the Board of Directors appointed Eric Israel as Inspector of Elections. The agenda for today's meeting is to consider, and if thought fit, to pass the following resolution. 1. To adopt the agreement and plan of merger dated as of May 23, 2024 by and among Keypath, Karpos Intermediate LLC, and Karpos Merger Sub Incorporated. This has been voted on by stockholders and any appointed proxies of CHESS Depository nominees on proposals specified in the company's notice of special meeting of stockholders and proxy statement and released on the ASX on August 9, 2024, Australian Eastern Standard Time. The meeting documents were dispatched to stockholders on or before the 14th of August. I'll now call upon Eric Israel to explain the procedures for the meeting.
Thank you, Diana. On August 12, 2024, Australian Eastern Standard Time, the company commenced distribution of the Notice of Special Meeting of Stockholders and Proxy Statement to all holders of shares of common stock and CDI holders as of the close of business at 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on August 8, 2024, or 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time on August 7, 2024. Which is the record date for today's meeting. Our CDI registry, Computershare, has confirmed this distribution was completed by August 14, 2024, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Keypath is incorporated under the laws of the state of Delaware. Pursuant to Delaware law, a complete list of holders of shares of record entitled to notice of and to vote at this meeting has been on file and available for inspection at our corporate headquarters for the past 10 days and is now present and available for inspection by holders of shares during this meeting. Please note that the only holder of shares of common stock in Keypath is CHESS Depository Nominees, a wholly owned subsidiary of ASX. CHESS Depository Nominees holds all shares of Keypath's common stock, which on a one-for-one basis reflects all of the CDIs on issue in Keypath. As set forth in our notice of meeting, for votes exercised by CDI holders to be counted at today's meeting, the CDI holders must have submitted their CDI voting instruction form on or before 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, which is 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time on Monday, September 2nd, 2024. Only holders of shares of common stock at the record date or individuals appointed as CHESS Depository Nominees proxy may vote in person at this meeting. As such, CDI holders may not vote in person during this meeting unless that CDI holder has previously appointed themselves as CHESS Depository Nominees proxy on the CDI voting instruction form. Computershare has confirmed that out of a total of 214,694,686 shares of common stock outstanding as of the record date, there are present, in person or represented by proxy, the holders of a majority of shares of common stock of Keypath. Accordingly, a quorum is present, and we may proceed with the business of our meeting. A recording of this meeting will be posted on the Investor Relations page of Keypath's website within 2 days of today's date. Stockholders participating online through the virtual meeting platform can ask questions at any time. If you wish to ask a written question via the webcast, please select the Q&A tab. Type your question in the text box and press the send button. Questions that are submitted online will be read out to our chair at the relevant point in the meeting. I encourage stockholders attending online and who have questions to submit their questions as soon as possible. Alternatively, if you wish to ask a question by phone, please follow the instructions written below the broadcast when we arrive at the question and answer portion of the meeting. I now turn the meeting back to Diana.
Thank you, Eric. As I mentioned earlier, we are here today to consider and vote upon item 1, or the proposal to adopt the merger agreement, pursuant to which it is contemplated that Keypath will become a subsidiary of an affiliate of Sterling Partners. The adoption of the merger agreement requires the affirmative vote of the holders of 1, at least a majority of the outstanding shares of common stock entitled to vote thereon, and 2, at least a majority of the outstanding shares of common stock entitled to vote thereon, not including the shares of common stock held by RV Mezco LP, an affiliate of Sterling Partners, Steve Firing, Ryan O'Hare, myself, Robert Bazzani, Melanie Lang, Susan Walford, Chris Hernstarek, Avi Epstein, Eric Israel, and Ina Nissenbaum, and their respective affiliates and immediate family members. Our board recommends a vote in favour of adoption of the merger agreement. Are there any questions from the virtual platform?
There are no questions on the virtual platform at this time.
Thank you, Malcolm. Are there any questions on the proposed item from the call?
There are no phone questions at this time.
Thank you. I now declare that the polls are open. The CDI voting instruction forms that were returned have been collated. As there are no nominated proxies appointed, there will not be live voting on the business of today's meeting. I hereby declare that the polls are now closed and ask the Inspector of Elections to report on the voting results.
Thank you, Diana. Based upon ballots received, the stockholders have approved the agreement and plan of merger by 1, the affirmative vote of the holders of at least a majority of outstanding shares of common stock entitled to vote thereon, and 2, the affirmative vote of the holders of at least a majority of outstanding shares of common stock entitled to vote thereon, not including shares of common stock held by Avi Mezco LP, an affiliate of Sterling Partners, Steve Firing, Ryan O'Hare, Diana Eilert, Robert Bazzani, Melanie Lang, Susan Wolford, Chris Hohensarik, Avi Epstein, myself, and Ina Nissenbaum, and our respective affiliates and immediate family members. The only proposal to be voted on at today's meeting is item 1. Item 2, described in the proxy statement, is the adjournment of this special meeting, if necessary or appropriate, to solicit additional votes in favor of item 1. Since we have already received sufficient votes to approve item 1, we are not submitting item 2 for a vote today. A final tabulation of votes will be attached to the minutes of this special meeting and lodged with both the ASX and the SEC. I now turn the meeting back to our chair, Diana Eilert.
Thank you, Eric. I'd like to point out that of the shares voted, more than 99% were in favour of this transaction. This now concludes the formal business of our special meeting of stockholders. We thank our stockholders for their continued support throughout our time as a listed company and for their support in approving the merger proposal. I would also like to thank my fellow directors and the Keypath leadership and team members. We anticipate the transaction will close on Tuesday, September 10, and the company will be removed from the official list of the ASX at the close of trade on Wednesday, September 11. At this time, I declare the meeting to be officially closed. Thank you.